Hello guys, welcome to the 7 days intensive step-by-step guide. I hope it has not been difficult. Okay, because interestingly you just have to go through the practical experience. There will be challenges. I've been receiving some mails from my YouTube channel. Some people who had actually saw some of the tutorials on my YouTube channel, but probably they've not been able to grab some lessons, or they don't know how to actually do something. And those tutorials, those questions, those queries are actually helping me in order to repackage my explanation in this video course. It's going to be very detailed. It's going to be engaging, and I'm trying as much as possible in order to make it so explanatory, so that you can understand the brain behind anything we are doing. You see, the most important thing is your server and your domain. Once you have your server understood, once you have your domain ready, other things will be okay. Making use of tools, making use of drag and drop, creativity, ingenuity. Just keep thinking. Say, can I do this? Can I do that? Even if you have any problem, why doing other things? Your server is yours. You can always delete them, do another one again. Your domain is yours. You can always remove what you have done and install another one. You have to practice before you can be so perfect that you will say, yes, I can even teach others. And that is what we are going to go through today. So if you went through my previous video, if you actually went through it, you will have done you will have gotten your server, and I expect that Contabo will have contacted you with something like this. You will have received a message that will have to do with your login details. Like I said, only for members in this platform on this 7 days course. If you contact me, probably having any problem, I will still attend to you. Like somebody just forwarded his contacts, so I had to just come online to just help in order to what you are going to see. Once you see this login data, your login data means that you are going to see something like this. And of course, this a demo. I've removed some things because we just have to be practical. So you are going to see something like this. I've removed some things. Okay, you are going to see an IP address. Your VPS server, your 200 gig VPS server will be given an IP address. And of course, you don't need to worry about all these SSD and all those things. We know that. Okay, now we say the server, the username, by default, every username must be root. You can change it to, but then by default it's always root, and the password will be given to you, and this password is hidden. The operating system that they have configured your VPS server on is Synthesys OS 7. Okay, like I told you. Then if you look at the previous video, I mentioned that you can actually install control panel on this server, and you can also install Webuzo. So our task today, let me explain something. Your environment, your server works on Linux. Linux makes use of command. You would learn small basic commands here today, but most people cannot be cramming commands and all those. So there is an interface that has been designed that you can actually use your mouse and drag and drop and edit some things, but that will be creating a command at the back end for your VPS to be able to work with it, while you will be having the user interface. The application will be generating command at the back end in order to work with your VPS server. So one of it is cPanel. cPanel is even the most widely used. Okay, another one is Webuzo. What you do is that at the front end, at your own user end, you can actually work with it. You can just click install, do this and do that. But at the back end, it will be generating command so that your VPS server, your server can actually relate with it. So it's an interface between the user and the server, and the user will be seeing the command, while the user will be seeing the user end, while the command VPS will be seeing the command. And that is just the explanation. So one of the most important things that we really need to understand is VPS server web development is not difficult, provided you have interest to understand the basics, and you don't need to be a programmer to get what I've just explained. From the first day one, day two, you don't need to be a programmer, but you need to understand it, because if you really want to be a web developer, which is what we are actually looking at, web development, not just web design. Development, you have to talk about server, you have to talk about the applications and what have you. So that is why this guide is important. So for this tutorial, I'm going to make use of Webuzo, okay, because one, we've told you the cost is very, very cheap, and the VPS is actually cheap, and the VPS, they've sent us the login details to the IP address, and we will just need to make use of an application called Putty. So how do you get Putty? Putty is free application, is an open source. Just go to your Google Chrome and my Google Chrome, and just type Putty. Voila. Oh, Putty, not Putty. It is double T. Thank you. It's double T. Okay. So Putty is a free SSH client, link. Link up line. So it's just like a terminal. So you are going to use that with your command prompt in order to access your server. Okay, and what you want to do with it is just click download. You want to click down, you click the first one, okay, Putty. So you want to click this one. It's just simple, and it's going to start downloading. Okay, sorry, you're good. This one is asking that okay, there is 32 bits, there is 64 bits of window installer and what have you. So how do you know if your laptop or your system is 64 or 32? You just need to come to your system, your start menu, on your computer, right click and go to properties. You would see the property, you will see the system type. My own system is 64-bit operating system, so your own can be 32. Please download this link, just download this, and if it's 64, just download this, and it's going to be downloaded. And once it is downloaded, just install. Install is that you are going to click on the application, and you are going to just press yes, next, finish. Okay, meaning that you are not going to change anything, just press next. Anything it brings, just next or yes. It has no condition, it has no limitation. Just do that and you will be having the application installed, and as simple as that. So how do you now go about this? So the first thing is to click on your start menu, and you see Putty application, and this is Putty for you. The next thing you are going to do is to grab the IP address here. You are going to grab the IP address, copy, come to Putty. You are going to paste that here, okay, and you are going to select this SSH, and you are going to click open. It's going to bring this for the first time. You are going to click yes. This interface is just confirming that yes, SSH and all those things. Putty is going to just click yes. Now, by default, is saying you can have access to this IP address through Putty. So you are going to log in. I don't know how to zoom my screen over. Then you are going to log in as root. Just type root. Everybody logs in as root. So you are going to log in as, that is the username. Now the password is hidden. I'm going to assign the password, but I'm going to pause this. So now, if you want to enter your password, you want to right click, okay? Now, when you right click on, when you normal click on what's it called? On Putty is going to, sorry, right click on Putty is going to, just right click is going to set, just right click you know, the left click, right click, just a single right click is going to automatically paste the password, and that is how you can enter. You have access Contabo. Now what we want to do once you access Contabo through the putty, you want to actually, now we have done this, we've accessed putty through Contabo, we've accessed Contabo through putty. Now we want to run these 3 codes. Now these 3 codes are available for you to get Webuzo. You can go to this link. It's not an affiliate link, so you can just go to Webuzo install. You will see this is available through webuzo.com/docs/installation/install. So the requirement is always then the main reason why I said you should choose Synthesys 07 is because of this is what the requirement of Webuzo for now. Okay, so the minimum is 1 gig RAM. We pass that. Add this space 5 gig. We pass that. We have almost 200 gig. So, and these are the available ports available. So the first thing we are going to run this, we are going to copy this code. Okay, just copy this code. This is the first code. There is nothing there. Just copy, and you come to your putty. You just paste by just right clicking, and it's going to be pasted, and you press enter, and it's going to run that, confirm that all those ones are okay, and that is done. The next one is that you are going to run the second code command. You are just going to copy the second command, change the authorization, and you are going to install this code. You just need to just right click another time, and that is done. You press enter, and that is already done. And the next one is just copy this last 3 code with the dots. Don't forget the dots, and click copy and come to putty and run the third command, which is to install that application. Now Webuzo is installing the libraries and dependencies, and it's going to install. Now Webuzo is going to take a while. It's going to take like a few minutes. Okay, while that one is going on, we can be doing some other things. Let me use that time to explain. Let me first of all, so you can see he's now setting up Webuzo. He's setting up Webuzo, and other things will be going on. It's going to install, and these are the 3 commands. There is nothing hard here. Okay, there are tons of tutorials. Even on my YouTube channel, I have tutorials on installing Webuzo, and it's so simple. And this is what some people will ask you to come and pay hundreds of thousands for, to say they are actually managing the control. Even if you are, I'm going to do another tutorial on cPanel, because that is also simple. You just go to cPanel, copy their codes, and use putty to log in, and just copy. Don't type, copy, and just right click on the putty interface, and before you know it, as long as the internet is available and the light is available, it's going to do that within a very short time. Let us now go to the next task for today. And I really want you guys, all of you should be able to do this. At least you can actually collect good amounts of money to actually help somebody set up their server by just clicking on the link, getting Contabo, choosing the operating system, Synthesys 07, and once the detail is sent to you, go to your putty, use the IP address, enter the root username, and put the password, and copy the code as I have shown you, and just give it a minute or thereabout, like 10-15 minutes. It depends on the internet and what have you. It's going to finish. So I haven't done that. That one is already done. Now, you know, we have been given our IP address. Now we have actually gone to register our domain. So like I told you from the tutorial, please make use of Dynadot, because it is easy. And I'm going to do another tutorial on other domain registrar in order to show you what you need to do. Now I have tons of domains here, so I'm going to hide some. I'm not going to hide some. I'm free to do that. Okay, but the most important thing is that whenever you register for your domain, for the first time you are registering for your domain will be on domain. Now we are on domain. Our domain will be on packed domain. It's going to be on packed domain. Okay, the domain will be registered, it's going to be available, but it's going to be packed. So when we say packed, it means that anybody that actually clicks on that domain or types that domain onto this browser, they are going to see something from Dynadot, nothing else but something from Dynadot. So we want to now link our domain, our mission. Now we have registered our domain on Dynadot, and we want to link our domain from Dynadot with Dynadot with our hosting, our control panel detail. We want to link it with our IP address, which is the most important thing. So you come to Dynadot. Okay, you are going to come to your manage domains. That is the first place you are going to come to. Let me do this. So you are going to come to manage domain. Then you are going to you are going to come to name servers. Name servers. Before you go to manage domain, you are going to come to name servers. Okay, good. And the first one is that you are going to register a name server. Now, what do we mean by name server? The name server can be anything. Anything you give your server is always your name server. Okay, but we always want it to be organized. So we always want it to be like ns1 dot your domain.com. So you can see ns1 just mean that name server 1. There are going to be 2 name servers. So the second one will be ns2. That is easy to use. Your domain.com. So the first one is ns1 yourdomain.com. The second one is ns2 yourdomain.com. It's as simple as that. So what you do now is that you are going to type in ns1 your domain.com, and you are going to paste the IP address here. The IP address. Don't put anything in front. Just paste the IP address there, and you are going to click register name server. I'm going to do this for this, and I'm going to delete it because the IP address is not linked to this domain. Okay, so by implication, once you do this, it means that anybody that actually clicks the domain as you have registered it, they are going to come to this server. Okay. you know what happened here is that I have not registered any domain. Okay, this one is telling me I want to teach how to use the domain Dynadot, but I not register any domain. I am not going to register any domain here. If you have registered your domain will be available. Okay, good. Let me even register. Let me see. It says the name server you register must be hosted by one of the domains in your account. It means that you must first of all register a domain in your account, and you will then come to this name server. You now put ns1, the domain you register. You now put the IP address, and that is how you just click that, and it's going to be registered. And once you are through with that, you will now come to your managed domain. And that time you are going to see that domain is not going to have anything. It's going to have packed domain. Yeah, that's what you are going to see here, packed. So the next thing you are going to do is just click on that domain, and once you click on that domain, you can come to DNS record, your DNS record, because it's going to be packed. That DNS record will be packed domain. That's what you are going to see here. Now you just come to your DNS record, and yes, instead of you will see packing here. That's what you are going to see. You will now come to name server. Okay, just come to name server, click on add from your name server, the one you created, ns1 formsolution.com, ns2 form. You just click on these two, and you click save name server. C'est fini. you are done with your domain. Now, by implication, let me bring back my camera. By implication, what you have just done is that you have registered a domain with dynadot.com. Okay, that domain is unpacked domain. Okay, packed. So you have your server has an IP address. You now come to this place, you now registered a name server. A name server can be anything you give it, but let it be organized. Let it have NS1, your domain name, NS2, your domain name. Okay, so because your domain is already with Dynadot will now ask you that you can change their name server from the packed, the one Dynadot use on every domain they registered on their site. You can change it to your name server, because we know that your name server is already assigned with an IP address. So that is how anybody who click on that domain, your name server will redirect them to the IP address, and they will get to wow, congratulations, Webuzo have been successfully installed. Oh, good. So that is how you install Webuzo, and thank you. That is how you actually set up your domain to I think we are going to, this one is going to be very, very short, because we are going to do so much. It's so simple. It's as simple as that. Please don't feel it is hard. You just need to watch this video one or twice so that you'll be able to get it. But that is not the end. We have actually done, for today, we have installed Webuzo. For today, we have actually created the name server, the domain name server, and we have actually directed our domain to our server. Now our domain and our server is very, very okay now. And if you now go to the website, if you go to the website and you just click the IP address, this IP address, if you just click it on the website, sorry, you have to put http. If you click on something like this, let me better copy what they gave me here. Copy. I don't know why this one is not going. I'm going to explain something here. Good. Now, one thing you should note here is that your domain that you have added a name server to, now your domain.com is your main domain. Now, for you to access Webuzo, your server, you would use your IP address, but then you can always change it when you get to this place. You can always change it by putting your domain in your primary domain here. So it means that subsequently, if you, instead of you using your IP address, you can actually use your primary domain that you have set here. And if you don't have your primary domain, just put your IP address there, and that will always be that. Every time they will have to type this code before you get to your Webuzo interface control panel. So, but the main message is that if you have done your domain and you have registered your domain, and your domain is assigned to this IP address, which your own, the one they will give you, your unique one, they will give you when you register your server, you need to put a username. Let your username be very, very secure. You need to put an email address. Your email address will be the one that would be used for this server. Anything on this server is going to come to your email address. Put a password. Let your password be secure, and that password is to access this server as a user. If you want to access this server as a root, you will still make use of the server password that Contabo gave you. So, but if you want to access it as a user using the Webuzo interface, you can make use of the password that you are going to put here. But if you want to access it from control panel, from command prompts, as a root that you are going to go through the putty and all those things, you are going to make use of the password that Contabo gave you, except if you now change it at the root level too. You can change it there. So there are two interfaces now. Now you have to re-enter your password. now put your primary domain. Please make sure you have registered a domain, set up your DNS server here before you now talk about your primary domain. And your name server 1, the one that you put here, just copy and put here. Your name server 2 and put. Now on this license key, you don't need it for now. Just click install. You don't need anything. Just don't put anything there for now. Just click install. We are going to get there when we talk about licensing. Now we have done our Webuzo. We've done the job for today. Everything for today, we have done that. Okay. Now tomorrow, please check your mail for tomorrow guide. Tomorrow we are going to look at Webuzo interface. We are going to activate our license, our Webuzo. We told you that Webuzo price is very cheap, and you can use unlimited. Webuzo, you can use unlimited account. You can create unlimited domain. You can add more domain. Just keep building your website. The only thing is that all your accounts are within a single account, if it makes sense. All your websites, all your domain that you'll be adding will be within a single Webuzo account. So I will advise you, if you are making use of Webuzo, please don't share it with somebody else. It don't make sense. It does not make sense. Just register a server yourself. It's very, very cheap, less than 3,000 naira per month, and create virtual businesses as much as you want. Now, if you want to create another website, probably you just want to register, you just think of an idea and say, let me set up a website for it, and you just come to Dynadot. You don't need to go to Webuzo to do any other thing again. Come to Dynadot, register another domain, and come to this name server, create, that this is the domain that we want to actually, the one I'm changing the name server. So register another name server 1, name server 2, copy that same IP address for the one that you use for this first one, copy it and put. So you are linking more than one domain, more than one website. You are linking it within the same server. I'm going to show you on Webuzo end, on the server end, how you can actually bring up all this domain that you register. It's called domain add-ons. You just keep adding all your domains together on the server end, and that is how it is being done. So similarly, if you just want to create another website, like you have a discussion or you have an idea, you say, I can build an e-commerce store. Okay, I can build it. You just keep creating ideas. Don't limit yourself to only this affiliate. You have 200 gig hard disk, so don't limit yourself to only this affiliate business, because you are using VPS server, and server means that you have enough resources and you can actually bring in so many ideas, of course. And of course, don't overburden yourself. Don't overburden yourself. Either ways, you are free to be creative. You are free to be, just think of something, think and grow rich. If you've read that book, Napoleon Hill's, Think and Grow Rich. So you can just register another domain with Dynadot, go through the link. I've shown you the link. It's an affiliate link, mind you. And sign in into your account, check for the name, register, and go to the registrar account, and this domain, you register another one. Let me just come back. I wish to use that to block some managed domains. No, not managed domain, name server. The first place you always come to once you have a domain that you have registered on your account is your name server, and you come to this place, you register a name server. When you click register a name server, what you are going to see is an interface where you just put your ns1 dot the domain you just register, and you put the IP address you want to redirect that website into, that domain to. You do ns2 too, you do the 2 here, and once you've done that, you now come to manage domain, and you click on that domain that you have actually registered. It's going to be on pack domain, and you go to the DNS setting. Just click on that pack. You will see option for DNS settings, and you will select. You will see tons of NS1, NS2. If you are doing so many, if you are creating so many ideas, you are going to see tons of name server domain. Just pick the one that is associated with the domain that you just register and you set it. Once you are done with that, you are done. The next thing will be to come to your server, your Webuzo. You log into your server and you add that domain and you start installing your website. So what we are going to do tomorrow, okay, so that I'm going to use tomorrow to complete issues of websites, God willing, issue of domain server, because we have work to do. Okay, good. I think we are progressing. Tomorrow will be day 3. Tomorrow will be day 3. Then I think we are progressing. We are through with server. We are through with domain. And the next one will be to add our domain. We have actually added our domain, our IP address onto our domain. Now we want to add our domain to our server. So once we've done that and we have installed Webuzo, and the next one is just to license Webuzo with just $2.5 per month or $25 per annum. And once we license Webuzo, let me quickly show you that Webuzo. I'm going to use my account, client area. You can create this. Anybody can just register. You just sign up. You can just sign up. You can just sign up, and you would log in. Let me see if it goes. Sometimes I change my password. Like, okay, good. This is all you are going to see. Beautiful. This is all you are going to see. Okay, this is how to license your Webuzo. I told you to skip it the other time. Just come to purchase Webuzo. I'm very, very delighted. VPS, where is VPS? Where are you? Yearly VPS. If you want to go for yearly VPS, if you have the cost, or if you now say monthly VPS, okay. What happens monthly VPS is that for that month, your Webuzo, you can actually log in to your Webuzo from Webuzo end, and you'll be able to do anything, update and all those things. Everything will be working normal. But if that month elapses, your Webuzo, your website will be active, your website will be going on, but you may not be able to do any updates until you come to this place and license. So let me just pick 1 month license, and once I have done that, I will just copy the IP address. So everything we are doing is working on this IP address. That is just it. That is what we are doing. Work on the IP address. So I copy the IP address. I will paste the IP address here. Okay. I've told you from the beginning of this, like day 1, that you should do PayPal. So you just need to click on purchase Webuzo, and when you click purchase Webuzo, it's going to ask you to do payments and all those things, and it's going to tell you to check out and all these things with PayPal and all those things, and your details and everything will be available here. And if you have PayPal, you understand, you just need to just click on PayPal and it's going to check out. It's so simple like that. And once it's checked out, you come to my licensing. You are going to receive email. I told you on PayPal, you use your mail. So you are going to receive an account. You are going to receive a confirmation that an account is active, and the account is on. Within a very short time, your Webuzo would be licensed automatically, and you will be able to do so many things. I advise you to license your Webuzo before tomorrow, so that you will be able to work easily. So we'll be able to set up our applications. Tomorrow we are going to set up applications on our server. Our server would install our PHP and so many things. They are not hard. Everything is already available. Just click install. Click install. Just click install. That's just it. So as soon as we are through with that, we are going to install our WordPress, and with that we'll start installing and building our website. So thank you and God bless. If you have any question, feel free to just ask me. Bye bye. Till tomorrow.